everybody. Welcome to a flip through. We haven't done a flip through Friday in a long time, but I have one for you today. And if you've not seen those before, what it is I show you albums that I don't have tutorials for, either because I made them before I had my channel, or I just didn't record a tutorial, or it's somebody else's design, so there's a tutorial out there, but it's not mine. And that's kind of the case with this one. So this week I was flipping through my Instagram, and I saw Cristina Rafovan, who is a designer for Stamperia, posted a quick, like super quick, fast-forwarded video making this album, and I loved it. And she had a slower version on her YouTube channel, so I went and had a look at that. And the technique for making this is very similar to what we did when we made our ephemera folio, which was designed by Gail Augustinelli. And I will post links both to Christina's video and my video making that folio. But in any case, Cristina used Around the World. I used Imagine from Stamperia. So let me show it to you. I love this book. I love the way it feels. It's just a hefty, chunky little book, very, very solid. I just really love it. But anyway, it's 4x6. And as you can see, I kept everything really, really plain because this is a book I feel like I'm going to be carrying around. So here's the front. It ties with just some twine. The back, let me untie it so you can see. The back has 2 eyelets in it, and the twine runs through the eyelets and is held in place with matting on the inside, which you'll see. There is no spine. These are the pages. Okay. So let me go ahead and open it and show you. And you can see here, and you'll see it further back, it's held together by these little gusset shapes. And some of them are not fully glued, so you can tuck into them. What was I going to tell you about these? I was going to tell you something about these. There's a lot of folding involved in this book. I used Artisan cardstock. It's all I ever used, but honestly, I don't know as this would work that well with a lesser quality cardstock. It probably would crack. I don't know. But anyway, I wouldn't attempt it with anything else. I had 2 collections of the 8x8, and I used every single scrap. Like, there's barely anything left. I think I have, a few little, well, that's not even one of them. Let me see. I've got a few little pieces like this, but that's about it. Okay, so let me show you. And the way this is constructed, which I'll show you when I get to the next page, but you use pattern paper and the cardstock to construct the pages. So there are 11 pages, 6 made out of pattern paper and 6 made out of cardstock. So there's that. This is a little triangle pocket. This has a triangle pocket on the front and a straight pocket behind. Now, I did not follow Cristina exactly because it's not in English and it's very fast. It was hard to see every single thing she was doing. But once you get the technique down, you can pretty much go on your own. So that's the end of the pattern one. Now I'm into one that's made out of the Kraft. And this flips open, has a little triangle pocket here. And I think here you can see how the gussets are made. And I think I had one that I set aside so you can see. I did. So they're just, you cut a rectangle and then you just cut off to make this shape. And there are pieces left that you cut off, and that's what I used for these little mats. Okay. And here's a couple of little pockets. And there's some more little pockets. Here's another one that has the tuck. It's a very simple little album. I don't know if you can see here. Let me see if I have a solid. Hope you see. So this was here. It folded up. And all I did was fold this back and then fold it up again, which is how we did some other pages, but this part was cut off on the others, but I left it for this one. So that's that. And I used, like I said, every single scrap. There's places like here and here where I would have matted, but I just didn't have the paper. I have a 12 by 12, but I didn't want to cut it. This is a pocket because I still want to do some more with it. This paper is gorgeous. And you can see the Kraft Artisan is just beautiful with it. And here I didn't have enough paper to fully mat that, so I just put a little strip. There's some little pockets here. And these are just little scraps I had at the end that I just tucked in. Here I didn't have enough paper to fully mat, so I just used some little pieces. That's fine. And you can see here where I matted these. You didn't have to mat these. Cristina Rafovan didn't. I did. And there's that. So I just had so much fun with this. And I will link, like I said, to Christina's video and also to the video that I did, my Christmas ephemera folio, using a similar technique, so you can get an idea how the pages are made. But basically, I mean, you'll see it in Christina's video. It's really pretty clear how she's doing it, but I will, let me just grab a square and I'll show you real quick. Okay, so you're gonna have 8 by 8s because you're using an 8 by 8 pad. If you're using 12 by 12, cut it down to 8 by 8. And then now you could do this with 6 by 6 and you'd just end up with a much smaller book, but 8 by 8 is a good size. So you're going to take your 8 by 8 sheet, score it vertically in half, the 4-inch mark, rotate it once, score it at 2 inches. Okay, and this is literally the base for all your pages. Okay, and then just fold it in half. Fold it in half and burnish. I don't have my work surface on, so I have well, fold it in half better than I did. Hang on. I know I'm just demonstrating, but that was pretty bad. Okay. Oh, goodness. What on earth was I doing? All right. Okay, fold it in half. All right, and then you're going to open it up and fold it up. Fold in half. Now you can't really fold it in half until you cut that. Where's my little scissors? Do I have them handy? So you're going to cut right up along that score line at a slight angle coming into where they cross. You can see it makes a tiny wedge there, and then that closes, and that's how all of the pages were made. And then there's just variations on how you handle these pockets, and then there were other pages that she made that you'll see. Let me grab, hang on. Okay, so those are sort of all of the pattern paper pages were made this way. And I don't know if she made any of the plain pages this way, but I made at least one, maybe two this way of the cardstock pages. And then the other method that she used, I'm not going to do it with this one because I don't want to waste the paper, but I'll just show you. You'll see it in her video. Score it in half at 6 inches. This is a 12 by 12. Score it in half at 6 inches. Rotate and then score it 4 inches and 4 inches. And then you're left with 6 pieces, right? And then she manipulated by cutting out either like the center one or angling the side ones and then folding them up to make these trifold ones. And you'll, like I said, you'll see it in her video, but just in case you didn't catch it. Like for instance, this one here, you've got the 3 top pieces, right? And then for the bottom ones here, she cut off this bit, or I cut off this bit, and then when it folds up, it forms this flap. Okay, and then the same thing's happening here. It's just the whole thing is folded up, and then the notches are cut out. And then in the center section, you know, it's scored here, the bottom part was removed, and just a small pocket was flipped up. And you'll see it in the video. But in any case, that is my Imagine little mini album following a tutorial by Cristina Rafovan from Stamperia. Paper is Imagine by Stamperia, and Artisan cardstock from Kraft Creations, which I highly recommend. Not a sponsored video or anything like that. Kraft Creations doesn't even sell Stamperia, so I'm just telling you that's what I use, and I highly recommend it. And I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go out and make one, because it was tons of fun. It didn't take very long. Oh, I will say one thing that I forgot to do that you should not forget to do, and I wish I hadn't forgotten to do. It's my one sort of regret here. Where is it? Is I did not ink my little hinge pieces. I was so anxious, see? I was so anxious to see it come together, I forgot to ink them. Don't forget to ink yours. All right, I will see you next time. Please like, subscribe, share, all those other fun things. Bye-bye.